Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of CES 2018, live here at the Las Vegas Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Michael Artis. You're watching BeTerrific at BeTerrific TV on all social media. Thanks so much for joining us. We are here all week, so stay with us. Keep it locked to BeTerrific. I've got some special guests on this morning. They are from AerNos. I've got Sundip and Larry, and you guys are all about air monitoring the air quality, and you guys are a startup, so this is very nice. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
There are about 3,900 vendors here at CES this year, and of the 3,900, you guys in your categories are ranked in the top, let's say 5, and that changes a little day by day, but you've been as high as number 2 and as low as number 3, correct?
That's right.
That's pretty big for a startup. Congratulations. So let's talk about air quality monitoring. You are doing wearables and then things that can be embedded into products, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But why is that important? Why would I want to know the air quality? Because I don't feel that there's much I can do about it.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having us here,
Thanks
Michael.
Thanks for being
on. We're super excited to be here at CES, announcing our new products here. So, if you think about it, you know what's in the food you eat, you know what's in the water you drink. You take 20,000 breaths a day, and you have no clue in what's the air you breathe.
But my point is, that's very true. But the point is that unless I'm in my home and I have or my office and I have an air purification system, there's nothing I can do. And I don't know that I don't really know that the air purification systems even do anything. I'm not sure. They might. So that's where it would be good. If I got an air purification system, I could see the progress of it. But other than that, I mean, I can't control how much smog is out there, how much pollution is out there. I can do my part to make it better. But if I walk outside and I'm wearing a wearable and the air quality is really bad, I mean, maybe I should move cities. That's all I can tell you.
So it's more than just air quality. It's any kind of toxic gas that's in the environment. So first of all, and there are specific steps that you can take. Let's say if you're in the house and the air is bad, and it could be a furniture that just came in and it's off-gassing formaldehyde, for example. You wouldn't realize it. You would be having these dizziness or headaches, and you would not have a clue what's going on. But a sensor like this would be able to tell you, hey, it's that furniture right now. That's formaldehyde that's coming.
All right, you just
and
sold me.
At that point, you just open up the doors, let the air out.
Open up the doors. I'm going to throw the couch out. What are you talking about?
Or throw the couch out, right? Either one of those.
I'm going to call the manufacturer and say, take this thing back and put the money back on my credit card. Are you guys nuts?
But there's definitely things that you can do once you know exactly what you're breathing. And so, yeah, absolutely.
And how easy is it for air quality to change? So I never thought of something like that. Is it really as simple as I got a new couch and I brought it in the house and there was some chemical on it and now it's changing the air quality of my house?
Air diffuses pretty much instantaneously. It's not like water. So very quickly, I like to say this, and maybe I will. If someone farts, you're going to smell it. Well, there's a reason for that, right? It just gets out there. But yeah, so it diffuses very well. And so when you bring in a couch, or if there's, for example, you're cleaning your oven and there's ammonia in there, that an excessive dose of those ammonia could also cause issues from a health standpoint.
Right, but I mean, how do you not use ammonia in these products? I guess what you can do is you can be more careful. You can wear maybe breathing apparatus when you're doing this stuff. You can certainly. So what happens if you realistically, if you have now I have the data. This is important. And what do? I know. Okay, I had no. First of all, how do you pinpoint the issue, right? Like, how do I know it's the couch? But let's say I brought in the couch, now I've got this thing, I have a pretty good idea. How do I confirm that it's the couch, and then what do I do?
So first of all, the sensors that we have today, they don't just detect what exactly the gases are, but they also detect the concentration. So as you get closer to the source of the issue, the concentration is going to go up. So very quickly you will be able to pinpoint.
So I could be like a Ghostbuster.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So, so when I find out that it's the couch, I have to get the couch out, or is there really a way to air it out?
No, there is. Typically, new furniture that comes out, unless it's really bad, and it usually takes a while for it to air out. So it's a matter of just letting things air out. But sometimes there are toxics in material that you're purchasing that may be there for a lot longer. That's when you do throw it out.
Right, and what about, will this alarm if I walk into an environment that all of a sudden is really bad so I can leave that environment?
Absolutely. So, so the goal here for us is, two products, right? The wearable product is going to be letting you know that there's something wrong. So there's a mobile app that goes with it. So immediately you get notified. But in addition to that, the embedded versions would go into products that then can have their own apps and so on and so forth.
Larry, why don't you take us through the app?
Sure. All right. I'm going to give it to Sundip and just talk about. Yeah, go ahead. Sure. Let me hold this
Here,
up.
I'll hold that for him.
All right. So what we have here right now is just kind of showing you all the different gases and ammonia right now. So it's
Is this actually working off of these right now?
yeah. So actually it's detecting right now, and notice the ammonia levels for some reason. So I actually have a little ammonia bottle right there, so it kind of reacts to it. But as you can see right now, the environment, we have nitrogen dioxide about 16 parts per billion, which is good. It's a low level, but it is actually working.
So does that mean that this is decent air quality?
It is decent air quality right now. It's good. We're in good shape right now. The level of air quality in here is very good.
Okay, great. And all you have to do is open the app. I mean, turn it on, open it, sync the device, and that, it's as simple as that.
Yep.
And it's constantly monitoring.
Correct. It's constantly monitoring. It's always on the go. And so right here, it also shows you all the different levels of unhealthiness. You have good, moderate, unhealthy, very unhealthy, or hazardous. That's when you throw the couch out. What exactly it is. So right here, so what is ammonia? What are the causes of ammonia? What are the sources? What are the health concerns? And what you can do. So there's actually what to do when you are exposed to these.
Okay, great. I'll give you the mic back. Tell me about the different products. You've got a wearable, and then this one is for products, and I'll hold these up for you. Oh, I just dropped.
That's okay.
All right, we'll just show these off then, and basically these are the three products. So that's the wearable at the end without a strap on it.
Correct.
And then so that's the product I would want. I would wear that as a wearable, walk around, and be able to monitor the air quality around me. The other two are embeddable in products. And what kinds of products would you put them in?
Sure. So first of all, let me have Larry explain a little bit about the wearable product, because it's amazing where it's going right now, Larry.
Yeah. So the wearable was designed actually for research scientists and doctors who are trying to understand the impact of air pollution on human health. So if you think about it right now, the doctors, for example, they know that air pollution has an effect on asthma and even ADHD and autism and other diseases. But what they don't know is exactly which of the chemicals are the really bad actors, what are the levels of pollution that really matter, and then what phases of development, for example, during pregnancy, first, second, third trimester, or first years of life, what's really affecting the developing child. And the reason they don't know that is because there's a sensor, and it's like, miles away, it's on the 8th floor, and they have got an algorithm to figure out when a mom is breathing. But if she's pumping her own gas, or she takes the bus, she's breathing diesel every day, or stuck in her car, then they're not capturing that when they're trying to figure out what's going on with these air pollutants. So this is a breakthrough, game-changing device for the researchers, because they're going to be able to monitor 24/7, for example, pregnant women and kids through the first year of life, to really understand which of the chemicals really matter, what are the levels that really matter, and then what are the phases. And so kind of back to your point, what do you do? Now we can tell a mom, okay, this is what really matters. Pay attention in the first trimester of pregnancy, and she can actually reduce her exposure.
That's wonderful. And what I have to say is I think we're realizing too, as we have all these monitors on, how sensitive our bodies are. We certainly can recover very well, but our bodies are very, very sensitive, all the way from childbirth or pregnancy all the way up to being an adult. And we don't realize how sensitive we are, I think, and we're starting to. And so that's wonderful. You said 24/7. How long is the battery life?
So if it's running all the time, it usually runs for 24 hours. So depending on how...
So you charge it once a day?
Yeah.
And then what about the other ones? What kinds of products would you put the other ones in?
So we released two different products. The Air City is for smart city applications. It could go in parking meters, in street lights, in any city infrastructure, and it would be able to detect your air quality, but it also would be able to detect greenhouse gases and city infrastructure like methane gas leaks and things like that. So that's from a city standpoint, but it's great for the constituents, because then they get to understand, is that park really safe? Is the quality of the park really safe? If I have asthma and I'm going to go out for a stroll, the last thing I want to have is an asthma attack.
Sure, and on top of that, I think what's really important to note about this is, you said earlier to me off set or off camera, that you can put it in products like a purifier, an air purifier, see how that's working. You can also put it in other products around the home. Maybe something that Amazon might make, like an Alexa that you're constantly talking to, can also monitor your air quality and then talk to you about it and stuff like that. And especially when it changes, it can alert you.
Absolutely. By the way, so we don't realize it, but gases, it's not just air quality, right? That could be a gas leak, a methane gas leak. That could be carbon monoxide. There are so many different environmental gases that are toxic.
So how much do these cost and when are they available? You guys are a startup, so they should be shipping soon, I hope?
Yes, so the products are, the wearables are going to be used, as Larry mentioned, for research purposes this year. We're expecting a consumer version sometime next year of that product. As far as the Air Home and Air City, which get embedded into third-party products, it's not really a standard pricing. So what will happen is you'll end up buying a purification system and it'll have the feature in there,
right.
basically.
And are you ready to go to market with that?
Yes.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
How'd you guys start the company?
So the company, so it was a business opportunity for me when I first looked into it. I thought, this is pretty exciting. But
you did. What got you excited about air quality?
No. It was the business opportunity of having granular information. So it was about data and the accessibility of data and what you could do with it.
What's your background that made you excited about data?
So I'm a software engineer by background, but honestly, I'm more of a businessman. But I do have an engineering degree and background. And so that's what kind of got me excited. So initially it was like, interesting product. But when you get into the technical aspects of it, Michael, it's mind-boggling, right? I mean, if you think about it, right? There are hundreds of gases here in the environment, and the sensor is going to be able to pick that up. So there's chemical engineering, material science, nanoelectronics, nanoengineering, and algorithms, predictive learning, deep learning. All of these things are coming together like the gears of a Rolex watch to provide precision when it comes to air quality. So I was sold. I mean, the geek in me came out, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. But honestly, what was much more meaningful was when I realized I was talking to a bunch of physicians at a children's hospital, and one of the gentlemen came to me and said, what we're doing is quite big, isn't it? Because the impact from a social standpoint is going to be huge. And I realized that, this is going to change the lives of people in such a profound way when it comes to health and wellness. And we're super excited about it.
Sounds good. How about you, Larry? How did you get excited about air quality?
Well, my background, actually, I've spent the last 34 years working in the social impact space, so social impact businesses and nonprofits and NGOs and environmental health and children's environmental health in particular. It's just a big area of passion and work that I've done for a long, long time. So when I got introduced to the technology, and this is incredible, it's like these are little 3x3 millimeter chips that are doing this sensing. I just got really excited, and immediately my mind went to all these opportunities that we would have to be able to understand pollution, reduce exposure and prevent disease. So it was kind of right up my alley. And
neither of you founded the company, so you were hired as a CEO.
No, actually, I founded a company.
You founded it?
Right.
So how, it was brought to you by an organization, and you said, "Oh, I want to be part of this." But it wasn't your idea, though.
No. So actually, it was. I was exposed to the tech, and I understand. Lots of people have been working in this area, sure. And so I was exposed to it. Some of my colleagues from previous organizations, we had worked together, and we decided, okay, this is something we want to do.
Very cool. How long ago did you start it?
We started in about a year and a half ago.
Well, you've come a long way. Congratulations and good luck. Is this your first CES?
Yes, actually.
What do you think so far?
Oh, it's super exciting.
Pretty amazing, right?
Absolutely.
It's really something, yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. AerNos.
Thank you, Michael.
AerNos. The NOS could be nitrogen, right? NOS could be nitrogen, which could be the nitro you put in your car. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with a whole lot more right after this. Your live continuing coverage of CES 2018. You are the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. Stay with us.